Hey, this is Donnie Smith, and today we're going to discuss blending paint. Now, blending paint is the process of if you have a car that's been involved in an accident and you may have to blend adjacent panels, or you can blend within the panel, but it's just a process of making the color or the car look invisible, like it had an invisible repair. You don't want to see a color difference. You don't want to tell that the new panel's been painted. You want it to look exactly the same, and blending is a technique to do that. Okay, if I was to ask you how many colors of the silvers on here, how many would you say? How many would you say? One? Okay. Now if I hold this one up, how many colors of silver would you say?
Two.
Two? And the truth is that these are the exact same colors, both panels. Is that a match there? Okay, that's a good match. Let's flip this around. Is that a match? Does that match? Okay. What about those two? Are those a good match? What about those two? So these two ends match, and these two ends match. However, this is two different colors and this is one. That's because this one's been blended and this one hasn't. This is what you would call a butt match. So if you painted a door on a car and you paint it with this color, and this is the color of the car, that's what it's going to look like. Now obviously this one's tinted off a little further than it should be for this purpose. If you'll notice, I left this tape on here, and you can see where this has just got clear coat on top of it, and then this has got the paint, solid paint. Big difference. Now if you look at this one, you can see where it was all this color to begin with, so it was this color right here, and you can start seeing a little bit of silver and then dark silver until it's full hiding over here. So you can kind of see that with this blue tape on here, and you can't really see where it's blended at. You know, it's basically an illusion. You know, it fools the eye into believing that this is one color when actually it's exactly like that. We put them up to each other, now you can probably see how it changes. Now if you want to see the blending process itself, I've got a video. You'll click right up here and it'll go through all the steps. Now in that video I'm using a clear to help that transition. In this one there happens to be no clear. I just use straight paint to make this blend. But you can, especially if you're doing a fade job or something, you can mix your paint with some base clear to help that transition, and that'll make the base coat more translucent to help that transition. But this is just solid paint. I painted it all this top color. I painted the whole panel with this top color on both of these. I blended here, you can see it with that tape like I explained, and here I've done a butt match. So that kind of talks about the blending process and how that can fool the eye, where you think that is a better match than it really is. Now whenever I was making that blending video, you know, I've had some people mention that this made them mad that, you know, shops are doing this and they're not really doing a good job. But really, if you have a shop that's going to blend, they are doing a good job. Because a butt match, it's probably not going to be that far off. I mean, that's really bad and we did it for this purpose. But if the metallic even lays down a little bit different, I mean, you're going to tell a little bit of difference between the two, you know, the door and the fender or whatever. So really, I would want them to do a blend job. And what they do is they'll blend in to this other panel, or if they're blending even within the same panel like this, and then they'll clear coat the whole panel. That way you can't really tell where it's been painted. And I wouldn't be upset that the color may be a little off and they had to do this to make it match, because metallics, you know, they can be very tricky, and pearls and all that. And like I said, just a spraying technique. You know, we may spray it a little bit different than the factory does, or you know, there's a lot of things that go into that. You know, air pressure that may make that metallic lay down just a little bit different to give it that butt match appearance, like it doesn't match. So anyway, that kind of explains blending. Again, if you haven't seen that blending video, be sure and go over there where I'm actually out there spraying a fender and going through the process. And in the video, I'm actually going through the process, showing you how to, if you even wanted to break it down a little bit more and do like a custom fade job. But anyway, that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. Be sure and go down and leave us a comment, like this video, and we'll talk to you next time.